I did it. I survived brain surgery. Yes. Oh, I'm so relieved. I am 2 weeks post-op and doing pretty well. I'll talk about that in a minute. My surgery went better than expected. It took an hour instead of 3 hours. My surgeon was able to find the meningioma quickly. It was adhered to my skull, so there was a little bit of scraping that they had to do. He took pictures too, and I've been in the medical field for a long time, so I wanted that. I had to wait till I was not nauseous to be able to look through them, but anyway, I woke up from surgery in ICU, and that was expected. I said, I woke up, and my family was there. I had 2 children there. My third child and his wife just had a brand new baby that I got to see before I went into surgery. So he wasn't able to make it, but checked on me a lot. My sweet husband was there. My sister was there. I was very loved and very taken care of. They kept changing shifts, and I was never left alone in the hospital, and I am so grateful for that. My sweet husband, it was so cute. He was so excited that I woke up and was doing well. I didn't realize when I was so scared how scared he must have been, but I remember saying to him, "Aren't you scared? Aren't you worried about this? Why aren't you worried?" And he said, "For both of us to panic probably wouldn't be a good idea." And I thought, yeah, that's probably true. He's my rock, and I'm very grateful for that. He took wonderful care of me and is caring for me after my surgery also. I had a lot of swelling afterwards. It's kind of shocking when you see that, even though you know that it's going to happen. Ice was my best friend. I was on a lot of medication for the first couple days. I left the hospital in 3.5 days. I was ready to go home, feeling pretty good, still pretty medicated and pretty swollen, but I did very well without any complications. I didn't get nauseated in the hospital. I got sick when I headed to the doctor to have my staples out for the first time. I think I just wasn't used to the car, so they called in some Zofran for me to help with nausea. So, my family teased me about hallucinations. I guess I was hallucinating, asking people how far the airport is from the hospital. And I was ordering chicken sandwiches and a large Diet Coke while I was laying in my hospital bed, and I turned to my husband and said, "Are you going to order?" And I don't remember that, obviously, but it was pretty funny. They like to recall those stories. I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to tell you that I learned. When I came home, had to sit up in a recliner and sleep in a recliner, and I still have to do that for a couple more weeks until my post-op appointment, which is 4 weeks out. It is hard. I never realized how much I wanted to lay flat. I have a love seat that's a recliner, so I ended up putting pillows and blankets to the side of that, so if I fell over, I would still be sitting up. That helped me a lot. Putting a pillow underneath my knees helped. Sometimes a lumbar pillow, and then I always have my red heart pillow. I call it the butt pillow too, because you turn it over and it looks like a butt, and you turn it the other way and it looks like a heart. Anyway, it protects my neck, and that helps me. I did notice that I would go throughout the night and try not to wake myself up to take a pain pill, but that wasn't working because in the morning I just was miserable with pain. So I set my alarm to wake up at 3 in the morning to take a quick pain pill, and then in the morning it wasn't so difficult. I also stopped taking my pain pills, thought I was feeling better. I'm 2 weeks out post-op, I'm fine, don't need those things. And what I noticed is if I wasn't taking it on schedule, it really put me behind the pain. So, and I noticed that my tiredness and everything else had to do with dealing with the pain. So I do get tired very easily. I can do about an hour of visiting, or a half hour of walking, or I've even been able to get out with my friends and have an hour lunch, but at that point I need to come home and nap for a couple hours. So I'm still really tired. I've heard that that takes quite a while to get back to normal. I'm a productive go-getter right now, and it's so hard to deal with that when you have a health setback like this. But I survived brain surgery. How much better can that be? I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my fine motor skills. When I was sitting down to write thank you notes, it was a little bit hard for me. So I'm working on an adult coloring book so that I can color in between the lines and kind of get that perfected again. But it seems like it's going away, and that I'm going to be back to normal soon. The other things I wanted to tell you was, oh my gosh, cramps in my head. I raise my eyebrows and I get a cramp in my head. I roll my eyes and I get a cramp in my head. Take your stool softeners or you'll get a cramp in your head. This is normal. There's still going to be some brain swelling, and so that is to be expected. When I am tired, if I do not listen to my body and lay down and rest, I find myself at the end of the evening feeling weird and exhausted and hurting, and I notice that if I take care of myself and rest, that I do better the next day. So my husband said, you forget you had brain surgery. Do we need to put one of those cones around you so that you remember that you had brain surgery and calm down a little bit and rest up? And it is easy to forget you've had it if you're not experiencing pain at that time. So I'm trying to be good and take care of myself. That's not comfortable or easy for me, so I'm working on it. Some other things I wanted to tell you was the having a hospital advocate, having family there, a church member there, whatever, is necessary. It was so nice knowing that if I was resting and was woke up to be given medication, that they were checking to make sure that it was the right medication, my family. And I can't imagine going to the hospital without an advocate, but I know that there are people out there that don't have those resources, and lean on your staff, lean on your hospital staff if that's what you need to do, and get a hospital advocate if that's what you need to do to feel comfortable. I just keep smiling. I kept telling my husband that it's like sunshine. He would walk into the room and he was so happy I was doing so well. It felt like he was bringing sunshine into my room. Let's see. You can't take care of yourself afterwards. I needed meals prepared for me. Our church brought in a ton of meals. It was such a godsend. Thank you for doing that. My husband cooks for us normally because he doesn't like my cooking, and neither do I, and I don't like cooking. So if that's what he does well, then I'll do something else for him. Grabbing my medication when I was a little bit dizzy and unable to do so, helping me remind myself to rest and relax and take care of myself. There's so many things I can't even think of what to list, but it was, I'm so grateful that he was able to work from home. Thank you to his boss for that. And he took care of me that first week. The second week, my mom and my aunt came down. I just didn't realize what an amazing support group I have, and I do. And until there's a medical emergency, sometimes you forget that.